We begin in the sky, or better yet, the empty, freezing space of someone falling, seeing the jagged skyline of Center City flying by. The glass was already broken, the ash of the seneschal still dust on the wind, as Razor and some large creature go flying. And just behind them, Adonis, going for this roaring beast through the empty air. Below you, Adonis, the street is a distant asphalt ribbon rising up to meet you at near terminal velocity. But also below you is the silhouette of your sire, locked in a desperate mid-air, almost like bird of prey fight. You jump to save him. And now, both of you are going to die. But Razor's eyes become like the night, igniting in the dark. You hear the hum of power around you, followed by the deafening sound of thousands of wings beating all at once. Out of the alleyways, off ledges of skyscrapers, from the gargoyles and statues on city halls. The city's pigeons, ravens, crows begin flying at you, answering the desperate pull of Razor's swaying of the flock. They swarm beneath you in a frantic, suffocating canopy of feathers, claws, and beating wings. This doesn't stop your descent, no. But this violent cushion of avian mass breaks the momentum just a bit. And as you plunge through this screeching, exploding cloud of birds and slam onto the top of a parked sedan, a sickening metal crumpling crunch happens beneath you. Feathers drift through the air like black snow. And the feral beast, also hurt from this, runs scattering into the alleyways. You are alive, battered, and lying shattered on windshield glass. But as you look at Razor beside you, the realization of what just targeted you settles into your cold bones. We shift our camera north. Before we see it, we hear it. The slow, rhythmic drip of liquid, thick, dripping onto dusty concrete. We find ourselves in a cavernous, ruined warehouse, moonlight cutting through the giant gaping hole that opens this building and illuminating a scene of stillness. Crux, the adrenaline, and the hum of the beast are still vibrating in your veins. Your hands are coated in both the dust and dark code vitae. On the floor beside you lies Lila. It wasn't supposed to be an execution. It was supposed to be a staking. But Layla seems to be cursed in her own way, with a fatal flaw. The stake bait flaw. And the makeshift wooden weapon that you drove through her chest didn't just paralyze her. It tore her apart from the inside. Her blood didn't just pool, as you'd expect, in the chasm that used to be her chest, but it gushed from her eyes, her mouth, and that wound in her chest. A violent, desperate evacuation of the life slipping from her body. Now she's limp. And as the moonlight hits her, you see the grayness take her skin and become ash in front of you. Final death is already beginning to claim her features. And in the corner of the room, beside her, what was left of her chemistry table, is Kasani. She is shaking, hyperventilating, whispering, "Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. We're so fucked," to herself. But she is also staring at you, her eyes wide and glassy, full of unadulterated terror. She is afraid of you. Not only did she get to witness her family, adopted family, be executed by the Camarilla, now she has watched you, the person who said, "Hey, I'm going to bring you in safely. I'm going to protect you," hunched over a corpse of the Scourge's child. She's pressing herself so hard up against the wall, it looks like she wants to sink into the brick. And she looks at you like someone that holds the power of life and death in your hands, Crux. And this warehouse might just start to feel like a tomb. Again, we shift the camera. We hear a wet, squelching sound. Fingers digging into a skull that is no longer there, but just gray brain matter. And we hear weak and pathetic whimpering and moaning that doesn't even sound human anymore. It is both sad and perhaps satisfying to both of you to see Fred Hartman in this state. In this apartment we find ourselves in, there's a fluorescent room that smells heavily of copper, ozone, and the rotting of a corpse. Delaney, Calliope, you stand side by side. The city is on lockdown, and you are forced to witness the brutality of the real Camarilla. A peek behind the curtain. Before you, Sheriff Ben stands with his sleeves rolled up, his fingers dug into this person's brain, shifting through the Sabbat's memories, perhaps, like a butcher searching for a choice cut of meat. Fred's body periodically twitches. His eyes roll back. He is drooling a mixture of blood and, is that spinal fluid? Onto the floor. Every twitch of Ben's fingers brings a bit of a whimper of whatever secrets Fred was trying to spill about the Sabbat, or trying not to spill from his throat. Standing just a couple of feet away, entirely unaffected by this horror, is Prince DeVreaux. But her eyes are no longer locked on Fred. It seems that whatever answers she expected to get out of him are no longer particularly intriguing. No. What she wants to know is whether or not Nia Amani will choose to be her seneschal. Nia stands frozen, Caught between the protection that she could potentially have from the Camarilla and the freedom that she was afforded as an anarch. Del, Cal, you know whatever Nia chooses will change the way the Camarilla is run. And outside, the smoke from Center City is just beginning to rise. And this is where we begin season 3 of Philly by Night. Let's get it. So Adonis, let us start with you. I'm going to make a little roll because you did take some damage, and I didn't want to roll it before. I
you don't have to.
It to be
fine.
dramatically appropriate.
I think we're good.
All right. You are going to take 2 superficial damage. Nothing too bad. You got saved by the birds.
Yeah, that's scary good.
And the car. Unfortunately, your sire did not. Because you could say that he and this beast that was grabbing him broke each other's falls. But the beast seemed a little bit more prepared for taking a fall as it limped off into the darkness ahead of you. Razor, however, you find did not land on the car like you did. He lays on the ground next to this vehicle. His corpse, because we're all corpses, broken and battered. His skull is cracked open like a broken egg. Blood seeps from him. But yet, he is still conscious and aware. He looks at you. He says, "What's wrong with you?" "Get out of here."
They're going to kneel next to him, reach out for whatever appendage is left of his hands and hold them tightly. You're not going to waste your last 5 seconds scolding me, okay? Tell me what to do.
Tell the sheriff. Tell the prince. Tell someone. Sabat.
Okay.
Tell them Albright's dead. Albright's gone. And he just stops there. And his eyes are still open, but they're staring at you blankly now. He's taught you enough at this point to know that, like, it's kind of hard to kill a vampire through traditional means. So falling might not have killed him, but he ain't going nowhere right now. And torpor seems to be the most likely case for him at the moment. What do you
And
do?
I think they go for the whole movie, like reach to like close his eyes for him, then they realize, oh wait a second, he hasn't turned into dust because he's old as fuck. You're just okay. And then, like is actually kind of relieved and just takes the heap instead. Um, are they capable of carrying him to like inside or the closest building or a dumpster?
Sure, let's make our first roll for that. It's
Woohoo!
relatively easy. Let's go with strength and composure.
That's so fucky, bestie. Strength,
Yeah, you're trying to
compose.
keep your shit together as you drag your sire's
Yeah, you're
torpor
right.
body around.
I'm just asking Google for these rolls real quick. That is two successes.
Two successes. It's weird, right? Because you pick him up and he feels lighter. But as you look down, you understand why he feels lighter because part of him is still on the ground as you lift the rest of him up. Um, I won't go into the gross details, but there are innards that should be inside that are outside. Um, and as you drag him along, these pieces are falling out. And there are people that see. There are concerned citizens. And they're like, what are you doing? He's dead. Why are you dragging a dead body?
Really? Why would I carry a dead body? It's paper mache. Read a book.
I saw you fall out of a. What? It's
It's a
just like
movie. Did you not see the cameras up there? No? God,
his
people are.
his guts is on the ground. Why he look like that? Ugh.
Believe what you want. You'll see it on YouTube later, I promise. And does like the world's worst finger guns. Like even gore is on its fingers.
You know what's happening right now.
Yeah, best night ever.
Uh, there's a few people that follow you, but you're able to get him inside of this building that you had just went in. Um, there is a guard that looks at you once you come up to the door, and then he immediately runs to the door, unlocks. You pull him in, and he locks the door behind you.
Do I recognize this as a ghoul or the
You
kindred?
have
Just
no idea who this
cool.
person is. None whatsoever.
Hmm. Okay. What what is the building I actually went into? Like, is it an office? Is it an apartment complex?
It's an office building. It's the skyscraper office building downtown.
Um, they're gonna go for the nearest like supply closet or a janitor's closet.
It's not, the guard is like, what are you looking for?
Oh, I have to go get the rest of the prop that kind of left it and it's like making a mess outside. If I can just go get that real quick, possibly.
Jesus Christ. uh He goes, I that's a Nosferatu. I work for Julian.
Perfect. Then if you could watch. Wait a second, I'm so sorry. Above table, I forgot. Albright is, yeah, worked in our group chat. Um, and they just give him a long, hard look. Then can you go get that other half for me?
I thought we weren't supposed to be on camera getting caught doing. And this is wow.
So are you
Oh
gonna listen
shit.
to me or are you gonna lecture me? Go get the fucking other half, please.
You go there. I already got your camera. I will do the
Okay,
contact. I'll get
cool.
the contact. I'll get someone.
Who are you going to get? I would really
There,
appreciate like some names.
there's a phone tree. It's just he told me to call certain numbers for certain emergencies.
You promised to let me back in.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Okay. Okay, cool. 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 All right.
As a matter of fact,
Maybe
he takes off the key and just passes it to you.
you can't. Thanks. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie. I really appreciate it. They just slink
Yeah.
back outside. Uh,
Like, oh, this is going up on TikTok. This motherfucker is crazy. It's carrying a body inside, y'all.
I love Vampire the
There are
Masquerade
people
game and
with
personal political
better
horror.
sense who are staying the fuck away from this. But there are some young people out here who just gotta love the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on the internet. This way more exciting than that car race that was downtown.
I think while they're dragging the legs, they're gonna pull out their cell phone and just go to the first Disney song they see and make sure, the mouse takes care of it later.
Love that. Well done. All right. So they start playing music. They're not paying attention. They're just recording, watching you do your thing. Uh, you see back inside the building, this security guard is on the phone. And then when you come back in, he's like, so we're supposed to go downstairs? Well, you're supposed to go
We,
downstairs.
okay. And who was downstairs?
Apparently, people that handle situations like this.
Is he still on the phone?
No, he's off the phone.
Okay. Um, we're gonna try to at least put the two halves together, and their blood probably isn't strong enough to rouse or sate. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then just slowly close the door, at least the two halves smushed together, and trudge
The only
downstairs.
way down is the elevator.
All right.
And he takes you to the elevator and he unlocks the elevator because it's late times. No one's going up or down without key.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, this is going to be a mess for the cleanup crew. Glad I don't have to deal with that. Uh,
Mm,
good luck.
thanks, I guess.
Oh, you fucked that car up pretty good. There was so
Yeah, I
many
know.
birds. And when he says so many birds, he kind of like dawns on you that there's a shitload of dead birds that are out there too, because y'all fell through them.
Mm-hmm. I'll like dust a
Uh,
couple feathers off at the mention of it. Oh. As the doors close, just to see bloody tears adding to the mess.
Excellent. We're going to come back to you. Zoe. Crux. You hover over these ashes. Blood is still sort of there, but the body is not going away fast. It is a slow sort of decay that is happening to it. And it sort of surprises you because when you diablerized your sire, he kind of went pretty fast, all things considered. There was some parts of him left when you put him in there, but this one is just like a grayish pallor, and then little flecks of dust are starting to fall off. But your sire went like this. And it dawns on you that maybe it's because she's so young. And that if you were to end, maybe you'd be sitting in a space like this, bleeding and slowly turning to ash in the moonlight. What do you do?
Like you've thrown a flash grenade at me 6 times. I first put the body down very gently so that it can, as best as we can, pass in peace. And then I look back at Kasani, who is staring at me.
You're going to kill me. You're going to kill me, and you're going to pretend you didn't do anything, and I'm going to die here, and nobody will know. That's what you're going to say to me right now. Like, all the stuff that you were just talking about, it's all bullshit. It was all bullshit. You're a murderer.
Do you want that to be the case?
Does it even matter anymore? Everybody I cared about is dead.
I walk up to her very calmly, very slowly.
She is as far back against the wall, making herself as small as she can.
Good, the wall can't move. And as I reach biting distance, do you really want to die here? Because you can choose one of 2 paths, dear. You can go down in a sinking ship alive, or you can be the dead man that will never tell a tale and let me live. So be honest today. Because I have been staring at a tombstone for as long as I have been dead twice. And I'm not afraid to keep walking towards another one. So you can either walk with me or be the thing that gives me a reprieve for once.
A reprieve? What are you talking about?
If you die here, wouldn't it be such a perfect lie? Oh, she killed her, she staked her, caught on her. What was your vapor? I don't know. What is this? Your alchemy? And you staked, and then I cut in, and then I killed you, and yada, yada, yada. They might believe it. It might give me a moment of reprieve, maybe a couple days before the scourge comes and hunts me down and begs for answers. I at least get a break. Maybe hell, I can even get a good meal in before shit all goes down and see what maybe it feels like to not be to be the least amount of full we could possibly be. Or you can live and use that alchemist brain to see what we can do. And Crux takes the bloodied hand and drags it up the shirt, tipping her head towards his eyes. Because smart people need to use their brain. So what do you want? Not what are you afraid of? I don't have time. And I already told you. I'm supposed to
I
keep
want
you
to
safe.
leave. And she is shaking. She's like a scared rabbit right now. Like it's almost like a Ripley with the alien breathing down in front of her. She's turning away from you. But as you say this and you ask her this, she kind of just says, I just want to go. I don't need to be in the city anymore. I need to be anywhere else but this city. Let me go. You'll never see me again. Never hear from me. Nothing.
Colonel, do you know what the Scourge does to runaways? Especially ones that could be the killer of their childhood.
When you say that, she lets out a choked little laugh. Just, you think she'll believe that I was able to shove that thing into her child's chest?
So you want to both go down in lies?
No matter what you're going to do, it's going to kill me. So my death is in your hands, or you let me walk and my death is in my hands. At least I have a chance.
I'm feeling optimistic tonight. How about, let's see if my death is in my hands and your life is going to be in my hands. Let's go.
Do you leave?
Do I lead or leave?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I gesture for the whatever the door is, probably the stairs, actually, because I know that we walk down those.
Those stairs.
And I gesture for her to walk. We're going to finish the mission because I want to see how this tragedy plays out. And I'm no good at lying. And I've already told you to use that brain. So if you're not going to do it freely, you can do it with a little bit of coercion. So walk and think and ponder how we might live a little bit longer. Because if they wanted me to kill you, Kasane, I wouldn't have put a stake in her heart.
Roll me. Your charisma and intimidation.
Okay. Oh, I actually have that. I can. This feels like one of those rare moments where I'm going to need my brain more than I need my body. So I'm going to do the thing that lets me get more. What is it? The rouse? No, the other one.
Yeah, you gonna rouse the blood? Blood search?
Yes.
You're trying to get more into your
Charisma.
charisma, I assume.
Right.
Yes. Mhm.
Right. No, storyteller. What's the good dice? What's the good roll on it?
The onks are good rolls.
Oh, thank
Everything
God.
else is not.
I got a knock this time, so I don't get
Okay.
hungry. I'm
Do not get
remembering
hungrier.
We're shaking the dust off the brain. I got.
So add 2 dice.
Oh my God. 10 successes.
You crit?
Yes, actually. 3 red dice, and 2 of them look like what I can only assume is the crit.
Okay.
And only 1
So-
not success.
So it is clear that she is afraid of you. That part wasn't really in question. The question of, I guess, you being a little bit more menacing here is that, will she try to run? And you get the vibe that as she walks out in front of you, that she has accepted that she is going to die, and it's your fault. But she'd rather take the off chance that maybe someone somewhere will help her. There's some opportunity for hope or mercy in here. But running from you seems like a much scarier idea than anything else.
And as resignation falls in her shaking body, I don't breathe a sigh of relief, because I told her our death is in my hands. Maybe it's already sealed. So I reach out to my first murder. Yo, Sal.
Oh, he's about to ask me for advice. He's about to ask me for advice. I knew the kid would come running back. Fucking knew it.
Do you want to die? I really don't care.
Oh, you're fucked, kid. You're
Oh, really?
super
You have
duper fucked.
Nothing at all.
You
No
killed me and you got to
ace.
walk with it. This other shit that you're dealing with right now, you killed the Scourge's kid? Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was an inspired move there, staking the Scourge's kid. You could have just let her kill the girl. Who the fuck cares about her? Oh, bleeding heart kids. And now you're gonna get her killed anyway. Good job.
What do you think then? Seriously.
Oh, I think you should beg and plead and agree to whatever the fuck they offer you.
That's it. Even if it's.
Oh, yeah. I mean, none of it's gonna work, but like the one that I have for you, and this probably is a fate worse than death, being 100% honest with you, but you could offer up a life boon.
What the hell is that?
Oh, you get to be someone's bitch forever.
Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Likely the Scourges.
I would expect so. You killed her kid. And that's if she wants to deal with you. Again, you're a Diablerist and you killed someone. You broke traditions multiple occasions at this point. That's your final play. Life boon.
You were, what, a primogen? Is that what it is? And you don't have a single ace up your sleeve that would have lasted among your death for some bullshit that even you would have gotten caught into?
Kid, you have experienced some bullshit that I never dealt with in all of my existence because I kept my nose down and stayed the fuck out of other people's business. And you like to be all up in it.
Story of my fucking life, white boy. Okay, shut up.
Life boon, kid. Telling you, do the thing.
And if I kill and eat her and then lie, not really gonna work.
You think they don't have people to interrogate you?
I'm just truly pondering, could I survive until... no. No. Yeah, no. All right. Sure. Let's see where the chips fall.
I still recommend killing her, though. No
Why?
one's gonna care.
Are you just doing...
Because you're fucking hungry.
You're just
Why the
doing
fuck else?
Oh my fucking God, you're just doing the thing.
I'm doing what thing? I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, you're
help
doing
me.
the thing where you
because if you
say-
do end up being in a situation where you need to run, you don't want to go running when you're hungry.
Oh my God, you have the most mediocre of ideas. Kasane.
What?
How hungry are you?
What kind of question is that?
Could you survive losing a little blood?
She stops in her tracks as you say this. I fucking knew it. I knew you were going to try to kill me. I knew it.
Oh my fucking God, girl, it's never that deep. Just give me your arm.
No.
I'm not going to kill you.
You're going to bite me.
Yes.
At any point of biting anyone, you can kill them.
And Adonis's limp body in their mouth flashes. That's true. But that won't be the case tonight. I've already gotten too close to that mistake, and I would prefer this to be amicable.
She takes off running.
I chase her.
You had intimidated her, but she, at you saying you're going to drink her blood, she fucking darts.
Chase her. Yeah, no, this was allowed in the fucking the rules that I was already given. So this was kind of already happening. Yeah, I chase. I give chase.
All right. Dex Athletics. And while you do that,
oh my God. 5 successes with a crit.
So you got 2 10s and a regular die?
Yeah, I only got 1 fail. I don't remember how to read. Yeah, something like that. I see the crit die, the red cross, the black cross, and then a red not cross dot.
I'm trying to picture this in my head, and I'm like,
I got 3 successes. And
Can't
one of
you?
them was a
Okay.
crit.
Okay.
oh, if you got 3 successes and one of them was a crit, that is not a crit. That's just 3 successes.
Oh, but it says
you have
5
to have 2
successes.
crit die. So it says 5 successes.
Okay.
If it says 5 successes, then you got a crit.
Yeah,
I'm struggling to.
Yeah,
yes, you had to get a crit.
5.
If you got 3 of them that had successes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll follow it now. All
and
right.
I feel like based on what I'm learning about this game, a number of them is a crit.
Awesome. That means a messy crit, actually.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, those ones.
Because one of them it has to be blood die, I suspect, here, based on you saying
yeah,
you only
yeah,
got
yeah.
one
Yeah,
blood
yeah,
die.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
so
all the
you catch her. It's not difficult. She's not slow by any means. You're just a little bit faster. Um, as you catch her, uh, you run her down and tackle. She's down on the ground. And she says, "You're a coward and a liar."
Would you have preferred this? Would you have preferred an offer, an exchange, before the terrifying shit that we're going through?
I prefer you to not try to fucking eat me.
My fucking God. Well, honestly, that's fair. But I have a relative amount of confidence that this isn't going to kill you, and you will likely live, and I likely won't. So, I would prefer not to die hungry and ravenous. So I'm going to bite now so that I can be composed later.
And she spits in your face and says, "Fuck you." And as she spits into your face,
Oh my God. Yeah, let me guess. The check.
there is a check.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But not because of the spit.
Oh.
No. She spits into your face. And then and then she becomes very, very warm. And you're like, warmth is weird for a vampire. Clearly, you're not warm people. But this is a strange warmth. And then she starts to glow. And the glow becomes brighter and brighter. And then she starts to scream. And so do you. You're going to take 2 levels of aggravated damage. As she burns bright as the sunlight. And she is going to also take some aggravated damage in front of you as her body becomes crispy, as if she was standing outside. This is almost certainly going to draw attention, because this place just lit up like someone decided to light off the brightest firecracker that ever existed. She is emitting pure UV rays like the sun, to the point where it is burning her alive and burning you at the same time. And now we're going to shift scenes once again. Dell.
Oh no, my soap opera. I was
Cal.
enjoying myself.
There's tension in the air here for sure. Nia's been told that she needs to leave the city. Now she needs to stay in the city. The city's on lockdown by the prince. The prince has offered her to become the seneschal of the city. And there is a man who apparently was working with the Sabbat, former Camarilla member, who is now being molded or torn apart like Play-Doh. The Prince of Row, she looks at Ben, whose fingers are still in Fred's head, and says, seal him up. We'll probably need him later, but let's make it easy on ourselves. Let's just pin his arms together for me, please. Fred's like, will do, boss. Got you. And Fred takes his hands out of the head and begins to seal the head up. Ben, thank you.
Fred takes his fingers out of his own head.
Fred's head up, not taking a whole lot of care to put him back to normal, but to make him functional once again. And then he takes Fred's arms and puts them behind him, and he takes his hands and he puts his hands in his hands, and he begins to shape Fred's hands together behind his back to where the skin molds together and the back of his wrists are basically touching each other like this, but are all one big blob behind him afterwards. Prince Darrell looks at you too, and she goes, I'm sorry that you'll had to see some of the messy parts of what we need to do to get things done occasionally.
Dell is watching fascinated, like watching what Ben's doing with like that scientific like focus on her face. Like if she could take notes right now, she might be taking notes right now.
But it seems that we are dealing with a bit of a Sabbat incursion, and there are certain things that are going to have to take priority going forward here. So Nia,
what do we do?
Actually, it's a great question. I am a prince that believes in democratic processes here. And you two, as I said before, are part of the future that I see for the Camarilla, even the future that I see without myself, whenever that shall be. So what do you think we should do? If you don't know, the Sabbat, rampaging monsters, death and destruction, vampire fascists, what they're called, religious fanatics. They could be a number of things. But their motivations are generally the same. They want to kill the elders and free those who are within our ranks from the chains of the ivory tower, from the structure that we have. More like, if you excuse me, Nia, but more like your people without any morals.
Cal can remember the very first time that they watched a real performance. Not just the Nutcracker for the 30th time at the, local community theater, but something that really moved them. something that changed them, something that awoke some kind of fire inside them and continued to burn and burn and burn until the day that they died, and then the day that they woke up. And it's that expression, that self-same expression of awe and fire that Calliope wears, looking at Ben with his hands, his wrists deep inside the gray matter of Fred's brain. And it takes all of their willpower, all of their force to even listen to the prince, and then to turn their head away from where Ben is warping the flesh, moving the bones, the body, that Cal understands so intimately, so inverted, so tipped on its head. And Cal answers very quickly, kill them.
Kill who?
The Sabbat?
That is an answer.
Or let them kill who needs killing, and their eyes linger on Fred again, and then back to the prince, and then kill them.
So
I
aim
think-
them, use them.
I think the problem is if
Choreograph
we
them.
leave them to their own devices, they will just choose to murder anyone and everyone.
They'll do that anyway. The time will pass. And it seems, my prince, that we need time. So if they're going to be here and time is going to pass, then aim them, even if the shot is scattered.
She nods. She certainly seems like she's taking in what you're saying. Delaney, seems like you had contrasting opinions here.
I don't necessarily have an idea of what we should do, but I think that you're still talking about aiming them with a scattered shot that still requires a bit of precision, and I don't know if we can be precise with the Sabbat.
You might be
Are we
right.
talking about, you're talking about a scattered shot, but I think it's more like planting landmines underneath people's feet.
I don't really know that much about the Sabbat, to be honest. But if it takes time, if you can't just fight and kill them now, then they'll be here.
Nia pipes up. She says, you can't use the Sabbat. They are monsters. Imagine a horror movie you've seen in your lifetime. Imagine trying to aim Michael Myers towards someone. Sure, he might eventually get the person that you're trying to kill, but who else dies along the way? We have a duty to protect the masquerade. I have a duty to protect my people. Everyone can be a target. Sabbat, Kine, Anarch, Camarilla.
Anyone who's in their way and who doesn't fall in line with their beliefs. I think
And then she looks at everyone in this room. She says, fight them, Sure. Perhaps. Maybe. How many are there? But then there's a question of you all. She's like, I don't mean this to be an insult, Evelyn. Are you two children? And certainly not at you, Benjamin. But for the most part, you all are children. At least to me. You have had very little experience being in the trenches of war. And war is nasty and awful. And you will watch your friends and the people you care about dying. You think, oh, everybody that I've loved or cared about is dead now. But imagine your coterie mates, the friends that you make along the way, being ashed in front of you or torn apart or reformed into something else. So yes, you can fight. Perhaps they're all just as young and weak and maybe not as smart as you all. I don't know. But I know trying to point a weapon that can shoot everything at the same time or nothing is probably not the best of ideas. And I do not mean that to scold you, Calliope, but just for you to understand the danger that we face.
Cal nods slowly, but there is something spinning in them now. It's been spinning for a long time.
And to be fair, actually, let me get a wisdom insight too.
Me?
Both.
Yeah. Both.
Oh.
Why not?
Oh, both of us?
Yeah.
As soon as I remember.
All hunger
Find my
dice.
characters,
Oh, no,
right?
not all hunger dice. Okay.
You said what's an insight?
Yep.
Okay. I rolled 3 hunger dice and 1 normal dice. On my hunger dice, there are 2 skulls and 1 success and no successes on my black dice. What is that? Does that do anything?
Mm-hmm.
Because this doesn't have a specific difficulty value, this is more just a basic check. It doesn't mean anything. You got a success. But that would be a bestial failure in most other cases, for sure.
Cool.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. There's something about the prince just listening in and being quiet, almost to you, Delaney, almost deferring in a way to Nia that is somewhat surprising to you. And it may just be because she's an elder. Could be that. Could be something else.
I mean, I think Dal would see this and assume, one, Nia is an elder, but mostly Devro probably wants something from her. I mean, she wants her to be the seneschal. So it might be just both. And maybe more that I can't figure out in this moment.
Sure.
But there's a calculation that I see in Evelyn's face, I think, even underneath like the deference, like trying to put a chess piece in a position on the board, I think.
Caroline.
Auntie?
Oh, please. Go ahead.
I'm talking to Nia. Auntie? So what do you think we should do? Should we leave?
She sits there for a moment. And then she says, we can't leave because abandoning the city would be leaving a number of people to death and probably bringing hunters here along the way. And that would be worse, maybe, than trying to fight. I think, and Evelyn, please stop me if you think I'm wrong with this, but you see Nia take a long look at Ben. She goes, I think we need to figure out what they want and how they plan to get it. We can take our steps from there, but once we know what's driving them, because it could be me. Certainly, I am older than I believe anyone else left in the city. But I don't know if I'm what they want. And you all are so young. It's odd that they would come here. So, I think we should have a spy. And Evelyn goes, absolutely fucking not. That's more batshit than trying to aim them.
I'll do it.
What?
What?
I'll do it. I'm young. I don't have very much experience, which means that I would make a great recruit. That's what you said, right? They want people who are uninformed, easily swayed, ready to go all in. I can play that. I can perform it. And almost like suddenly they're in a audition. They like stand up a little bit straighter, look a little harder.
There's a moment you look at Ben, and Ben he looks like he's about to say something. Then he stops himself, and then he starts again, and
They don't know me. They wouldn't ever think that I was working for the prince. Or for anyone of any importance at all.
Ben's like, there is a there for sure.
It might help if we knew what they knew. Well, we don't know who is part of them.
Yet, that part actually won't be that hard to figure out. Once they get a little established, they'll let you know who they think is important, potentially. They'll have a pack, probably roaming, getting the lay of the land. And they'll have some bishops or someone of high rank in the city sort of leading their ideas here. But he's like, there's a there. You, Callie, you got some dog in you. I can see it. That said, they may make you do some awful things that'll be hard to come back from. And when I say awful, it's hard to describe. But you gotta be ready to give up a lot. And I mean, everything that makes you human.
Isn't that what this is all about? Striving for something. Finding something. Could it really be worse than whatever that just was? But they say it with a kind of admiration, referencing Ben's flesh warping.
I don't need to roll for this because Ben actually is very good at sussing out body language and cues, and he sees this.
He's like, oh, maybe not this bitch, actually.
Maybe too much dog.
Maybe might be too into it, actually, I think.
Maybe too much dog.
Evelyn is still sort of flabbergasted by this. And she just steps in. She goes, no, absolutely not. And she looks at Ben. She says, me, you, and everyone from our clans have fought too fucking hard to not be related to these monsters. We can't put a child in their hands. That's exactly why we have to put a child in their hands. You know what they're capable of. I've told you everything that I have seen. If we let them run rampant, we don't have any information or any way to find out information. What do you think is going to happen in this city? You think they're just going to let things go and walk away and not cause chaos and destruction? We already had hunters in here just a couple months ago. These kids were fighting. You want more of them?
I don't necessarily like the idea either, but I think it is a very simple solution to a pretty complicated problem. We need more information. We can't assume any level of intelligence with the Sabbat. We should have somebody gathering information for us in some capacity.
I think it's a mischaracterization, personally, to categorize them all as mindless monsters.
Yeah, I agree.
They're fanatics. Not all the way there, sure. But they believe in what they believe strongly. And they are able to organize the same kind of fanatical people to do their bidding.
Exactly.
Now, some of those boots on the ground ones,
but the ones who can move in the shadows and be hidden from even, the eyes that we have in the city, I think that having somebody learn more is our best option right now. I'm not saying it should be Cal. I don't know who it should be, but I think somebody should be doing that. Because then knowledge is power, right?
I have a good memory when I'm not. They kind of end that sentence, start again. And I would have good, and they kind of incline their head a little bit, deferentially toward the prince, reason to be upset with the Camarilla for not letting me kill Fred. I could be upset, looking for a change. All good lies come from a seed of truth.
You see the prince sort of look at you, and the mask slips, that little bit, that composure that she's been showing y'all, and even when she went boss mode when she had that meeting with everybody, this is different. She looks genuinely upset. She goes, "You want this piece of shit?" And she just walks over and kicks Fred in the nuts while he's laying on the ground. "You can have him. I don't want you to do this." And then the sheriff goes, "But you didn't say you'd stop him."
I'm all for alternative ideas.
We need to gather information. this is a pivot. And then Caroline busts in the door and she goes, there's some stuff you all should know.
Okay.
And we're going to go back to Adonis right after we take a short break. Thank you all for joining us for the season premiere of season 3 of Philly by Night, The Monster Within. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. So stay tuned and we'll see y'all soon.